Welcome back. You're watching News Center. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has said that India is the company's second largest market and users have tripled last year. Altman, who landed in India late last night, met IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw earlier today and is set to meet Prime Minister Modi. This comes as OpenAI is facing a copyright lawsuit in India filed by top media outlets. Ashmit Kumar reports on Sam Altman's India plans and his day in the national capital.
Sam Altman's whirlwind tour of Asia comes to India after his Korean leg of the journey. He landed in India late last night, and this visit comes amidst a growing realization and understanding within India of the importance of building India's own foundational large language model, its own AI model.
India is an incredibly important market for AI in general, for OpenAI in particular. It's our second biggest market, tripled users here in the last year, but mostly seeing what people in India are building with AI at all levels of the stack. Chips, models, all of the incredible applications. So I think India should be doing everything. I think India should be one of the leaders of the AI revolution.
Interestingly, this visit by Sam Altman comes at a time when India has announced its own mission of developing its own sovereign AI model. It also comes at a time after Sam Altman in 2023 had said that it was hopeless for India to compete with developing its own foundational model. And also interesting because it comes after DeepSeek disruption, delivering an AI model at a fraction of the cost of the investments made by OpenAI.
We're now in a world where we made incredible progress with distillation. We learned a lot how to do small models, and these reasoning models in particular can be, it's not cheap, it's still expensive to train them, but it's doable. And I think that's going to lead to an explosion of really great creativity.
Taking cue, even the Indian IT minister said that with costs progressively coming down for building an AI model, India hopes to replicate the DeepSeek success.
Every year, it's 10x reduction in the cost of intelligence. That kind of innovation can come from anywhere in the world. Why shouldn't it come from India? That's the point.
And while there's a lot of excitement within the Indian startup community, the understanding is that while India is great at building applications, but there's a lot of ground to cover for building your own foundational model.
OpenAI is thinking of open sourcing as a serious topic on the table. We all want to put the bet right away in the ring, saying that here comes the foundation model, but there is a calibrated approach, and there was a lot of acknowledgement that I saw today.
I don't completely agree with the premise that India is lagging behind. I think Indian startups are innovating in areas where they understand best and they have core competence in.
I think we should definitely win the application layer. We have to do a lot at the model level. I don't think we are as close to building the next DeepSeek at all. But application layer is definitely which can be a moat. I think every organization should put aside an R&D budget for AI, and we should build applications using AI.
Sam Altman called on Indian developers and Indian startups to build solutions on top of their foundational model. But with increased talk of ChatGPT going open source, there's a great deal of excitement on how India can exploit this opportunity. In New Delhi, Ashmit Kumar.
And India will likely gain from the trade war between US and China. Government sources say exporters have given a positive feedback on their orders so far. Abhimanyu Sharma has the details.
India is of the view that it's likely to gain from the US-China tariff wars. Government sources have told CNBC-TV18 that exporters have given positive feedback on export orders and may witness an increase in their shipments to the American market. They have indicated this to the government so far. Sources also indicated that the US may act in retaliation to China's tariff measures on certain products based on reports which would be given by the US Trade Representative and the US Department of Commerce, which may act as a shot in the arm for Indian exporters. With tariff driving up prices of Chinese products in the American market, Indian exporters are hoping to reap relative competitive advantages. It remains to be seen till what extent this is going to be possible. Sources also added that during the last trade war between the US and China, India was the fourth largest trade beneficiary as exports worth $51.63 billion in FY 2021 rose to $76.71 billion worth of exports in FY 21-22, and India is hoping for a similar benefit this time around.
And President Donald Trump has made a proposal for the United States to take over the Gaza Strip. This comes after Trump hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the White House. Addressing a press conference, Trump said that he plans to relocate Palestinians to neighboring nations and redevelop the war-torn enclave in what he described as the Riviera of the Middle East. Here's a report.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
US President Donald Trump said the US would take over the war-ravaged Gaza Strip and develop it after Palestinians had resettled elsewhere.
And I don't want to be cute, I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad, this could be so magnificent.
It's a move that would shatter decades of US policy towards the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Speaking after a Tuesday meeting with Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, Trump did not provide specifics and did not directly respond to how and under what authority the US can take over and occupy Gaza long term.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
Netanyahu, whose military has fought for more than a year with Hamas militants in Gaza, would not be drawn into discussing the proposal in depth, but said Trump was, quote, showing willingness to puncture conventional thinking. Trump also announced earlier the proposal to permanently resettle Palestinians from Gaza to countries like Jordan, Egypt and other neighbouring Arab states. That goes beyond suggestions he has made about Gazan resettlement that Arab leaders have already steadfastly rejected. Forced displacement of Gaza's population would likely be a violation of international law and be fiercely opposed by Western allies. Some human rights advocates liken the idea to ethnic cleansing. Analyst Brian Katulis from the Middle East Institute told Reuters that he believes the proposals lack thought.
Most certainly there's no plan behind this. And if there is, it's not a plan that has any connection to reality in today's Middle East. And it's certainly not in consultation with the Palestinians or neighboring countries like Egypt and Jordan.
Senior Hamas official Sami Abu Zuri condemned Trump's calls for Gazans to leave as expulsion from their land and a recipe for generating chaos and tension in the region.
Ukrainian President Zelensky has said that he is ready to have a direct talk with Russian President Putin. In an interview, Zelensky said that he will engage in a conversation if that's the only way in which peace can be brought to Ukraine. This, he also added, that United States and Europe also have to take part in any talks. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of News Center. More news and updates continue right here on CNBC TV.